Hi, I'm here today to tell you about Choffy and what it is that makes me love it so much. And the easiest way to describe it is in one word, and that is simple. And that is exactly what Choffy is. First of all, what Choffy is cocoa beans they've taken and they have roasted them and ground them, much like you would a coffee bean, and then you brew it in a similar fashion to coffee, but it has no coffee in it, only chocolate, which is the best part. The product, it just ground, roasted, simple. It comes ready to use. You don't have to do anything extra to it at home other than brew it. It's very simple. You use a French press. Pour in your pre-measured grounds, which is the equivalent to 2 tablespoons per 6 ounces of water you're going to be using. And then I don't own a teapot, so I boil my water on the stove in a saucepan. And I've made it enough times that I know which line to pour the water up to. I don't have a line drawn on my French press or anything, but I know where my measurement goes up to. And then it kind of swirls itself on its own. You stick the lid on, and you go find something else to do for about 5 minutes, which is very easy for me. Usually it's more like 15, 20 minutes, so mine doesn't have any problems brewing. Now, one of the great things about the simplicity of it as well is that it comes in 3 varieties: the Ivory Coast, the Mombrano, and the La Española. Some people say they can tell a huge difference between each variety. Some people tell me they taste very similar to each other. But whether you have a favorite or you like all 3, they are simple to make, delicious to drink. Now, there's a few questions that I get asked on a regular basis about Choffy. One of the first questions that I get asked the most is, does it have caffeine in it? And if so, how much? And the answer is yes, it does have a small amount of caffeine in it. It's a naturally occurring thing in the cocoa bean, but it only contains about 1/10 of the amount of caffeine that you would find in the same amount of coffee. And what Choffy contains that is better for you than caffeine is called theobromine. And it is also a stimulant, but a much milder stimulant, and it is actually a vasodilator as compared to caffeine, which is a vasoconstrictor, which in simple terms means it helps dilate your blood vessels, helps the blood flow easier, lowers blood pressure. It's just a positive thing all around. And it does not create the spike and the crash that caffeine creates. So it's a much better stimulant to have. Also, I asked if diabetics can drink Choffy, and yes, they can. I do actually have people that drink Choffy that I know of that are diabetics. They're just very careful with what they add to their Choffy as far as the sweetener goes. I personally drink my Choffy with just a little bit of creamer. Any of the caramel flavored creamers are my favorite, but I love playing around with the new creamers, especially at the holidays. Every once in a while I'll want it a little sweeter, and I'll stick a little stevia in with it. I've tried a little honey in with it, but for the most part just a little bit of creamer is all it takes.